Here's a great place where it's really important to remember that this is an ideas question, and so we're concerned about the ideas in the passage. And then if we have a literal question, we need to follow those instructions. Really, really important here. Follow the instructions. Do what they say. Don't just make up your own question to answer. We've got to make sure we do what they say. Now, normally, when we're told to refer to a graph on the writing section, we can just think about the accuracy of the data and then the relevance of that data for what we're saying. So sometimes we're not given a very specific question, and so we do kind of make it up a little bit. But if we notice here, the thing that I would want to worry about, the accuracy, doesn't really help me, right? Because all of these choices are accurate. 6 million tons of rubber and leather, yeah, that's about 6 million. 10 million tons of textiles, yeah, it's about 10 million. 33 million tons of food waste, yeah, it's about 33 million. So the data, the choices that they give us are accurate. And sometimes they won't be, and so we can easily eliminate choices, but that is not going to be helpful here. We need to instead focus on the thing that they tell us to focus on. Follow instructions. What do they say? They say that we need to include information from the graph that is consistent with the description of compost in the passage. So I need to know what they mean by compost before I can actually answer this question. So I might want to read around the lines first, but it doesn't really say. It talks about compost in spite of all compost potential uses. Most of the so-called waste is wasted. Well, it doesn't really help me. I need to know a definition of compost, and maybe you know one just from your own education, but the passage is going to provide it as well. So we can go all the way back to the front where it starts to talk about it. Compost, don't waste the waste. And we could see, do they give us some sort of description of what they consider compost to be? Over the past generation, people in many parts of the United States have become accustomed to dividing their household waste products into different categories for recycling. Regardless, we changed that. Paper may go in one container, glass and aluminum in another, and regular garbage in a third. Recently, some U.S. cities have added a new category, compost, organic matter such as food scraps and yard debris. Boom. Easy definition, totally recognizable. I don't even need to continue reading. There's a big gap here. I cut out a lot of the passage in between here because once you've got that definition, you're good to go. Now we can go back to those lines and we say, all right, I need something that's about organic matter, food scraps, yard debris. Which choice is about food scraps or yard debris? Not A, right? That's metal. So that doesn't work. Rubber and leather? Nope. Textiles? Nope. Food waste. Food scraps and food waste are pretty much the same thing. So now this is so easy. I would still want to make sure that that number is correct, but yeah, it is. We already checked that. But there you go. This question is not about what sounds best or what you think is an important fact, or even what the paragraph that the question is in wants to say. The question itself told us what to care about. We need to follow those instructions, find the definition of compost, and then just try to match that idea with one of the choices. And it's a dead-on match. If we do our work here, if we don't cut corners, this question is very easy. If you got this wrong, it's probably because you cut corners and thought, oh, I can save a couple seconds by just not reading. Well, you may have saved a couple seconds, but you lost a couple points. And this stuff adds up. Don't lose points on stuff like this. That's totally preventable. There will be harder questions. This is not the kind of thing where you want to make a mistake. If you did, I would consider that careless. And yeah, you hurt your score for no good reason. Be careful. Do the work. Follow the instructions.